Welcome to today. Today I'm super excited. I am so excited for this workout. It's going to be a forward lunge with an overhead raise, a reverse lunge with a twist, and a diamond jump, and a hand release push up, which is so exciting. And this day is Burn Week 2, awareness. Word for this week is intolerance. The shadow is intolerance. And from the one-page playbook, the book that dropped into my life, that is guiding me every single day in just a few words, just a few seconds. It's just so amazing that when you start to become expansive like that, you need to utilize less energy for all of it. And so it says, I allow the light to create transformation. And it goes on to say, more about that. But that is what I've been doing since the minute I woke up. And that is just being in the light and allowing the light and flowing with the light and just letting go, relaxing into the light and really being aware of that moment that I don't choose the shadow frequency. Like, wow. Then from there, I have to practice forgiveness, because now I'm smart and I'm just angry that I treated myself so shitty. I didn't do this. I could have done that and things like that. And so it's really important, because that stuff is true. It's also part of the process. It is also an opportunity to step into the energy of forgiveness, okay? And so what I wanted to read about intolerance was, there goes my notes. She's a real loud one. It's like, these are things that I'm working on. This is the shadow of intolerance, and it is, the gift is understanding. And so where we are being in the intolerance shadow, what we're going to do is bring the gift. And so I was like, this is very interesting, because I remember about it, but it's like, what is it that I'm supposed to be bringing to, like, what is the intolerance? I know what understanding is, but what is the intolerance? And that's the shadow. And so okay, if the fourth shadow has a bad day and decides it doesn't like someone, it will find a whole list of logical reasons to support that dislike. This is what intolerance really is. A slanted perspective of logic. Okay. This makes total sense, because I am starting to really fucking understand. And like I just said, I'm at that point where now I get it. now I'm angry that I treated myself like that, and I'm treated like myself like that. And so really being observant of when the opportunity comes up to bring in the understanding. And that's the gift, and that's the gift, and that's the gift, right? We're working towards like forgiveness, and not just like forgiveness, but like Christ consciousness. It's an energy. It's accessible to all, but that's where the untangling has to come in. Okay, so I wanted to keep reading this because it's really it really gives you an idea of, okay, in other words, if the slanted perspective of logic at the shadow frequency, the mind is actually given the authority to make important life decisions. Okay. And this is often disastrous because the true role is not to decide anything. The true role is to understand and communicate. Understand, bringing understanding. Okay? So, it says the youthful folly. But this is when your inner child comes up and behaves in an extreme emotional state. Okay? And so at the shadow frequency, you identify absolutely with your emotional state, which defines the way you live your life. Any unresolved emotional patterns is taken up by your mind and built into highly intricate logical framework that masquerades as the absolute truth. Through the medium of the fourth shadow, opinions, judgments, and resentments are transmuted into convictions and certainties. Conviction and certainties are what manifest. That's how you manifest, okay? And so this is the certainty, and the conviction is where you are going to continually create this emotional state, okay? This connection between the brain, the reptilian brain, and the limbic system, okay? So really comprehending like how simple things can really get when we're just like, oh, okay, so the inner child, again, masculine, that's in my reptilian brain, okay. The limbic system is definitely the inner child, okay? I should do another, I'm not sure if I have a training on that. I think I did a training on that. I'll look that up and find that, okay? Because I'm not going to train on that right now. But intolerance is based on a subjective distortion of logic, which only measures those patterns that the person wants to see, rather than seeing all patterns from both sides of the argument. And the power of understanding is founded upon this ability to objectively assess all aspects of a viewpoint, thus avoiding the pitfall of taking sides. You're right. I'm wrong. I'm right. You're wrong. Total inner child jazz going on there. And so, understanding right now, the stronghold that has on you. Now, how can we bypass all of the blah, 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 victim riffraff? How are we going to bypass that? And it's about stepping outside, being the observer, not being attached, understanding, right? But it's the stepping outside, and that is where the practice of awareness comes in. And then when we really want to bypass that thinking mind with some like actual like logic that is you're unattached to, and that is the emotional system. The emotional system is the one that is creating your behaviors. And that emotional system is the inner child. And remember, the limbic system and the reptilian brain are where we want to untangle their deep wiring, right? We want to untangle that so they're not so attached. And what that's going to allow for then is you to really be an observer and work your physical body through the subconscious, which you create conscious, right? That's what we're working towards, because it's down here and it's hidden and we got to get in there. Well, if we untangle, then we won't have to be getting in there anymore. So you won't have to be digging in your subconscious. You will be living in the things that you are seeking. And it's that reptilian brain and the limbic system. The reptilian brain and the emotions. The reptilian brain and solar plexus. So how do we then set out to rewire these things? And that is what the one-page playbook is based on. What it is that you're going to do every single day that's in this entanglement in your human cells as you, what is in there? What needs to be untangled? We got to untangle that before we can even begin to rewire. So, recognizing, where are you picking sides? Where are you picking sides? Where is the hierarchy coming in? Now you can see they are all meshed together because we're still constantly working on the hierarchy, right? It's entangled. And so I think that is so fascinating that getting to study this this whole month with the shift and the power in that recognizing that. In the sense, like, that's so 3D. That is so 3D. The inner child is so 3D. And we have access to find the beauty in it. And that is about creating a practice of stepping outside and being the observer. And that is the concept behind the HIIT Sweat Sesh strategy. It puts you in a state where you are at such an elevated state, but you are connected to Mother Earth. You have full flow of light and love and energy going through you because you're moving your body and you're doing these things that is with the HIIT Sweat Sesh strategy that instantly puts you in the observer state, how I have it created. Now, if you do it that way, that's a whole different story, right? And so stay tuned for Burn week 2, as I am so excited to really get into this workout because this is intense imprinting going on with all of this new knowledge. And the dragon card that I chose was like, don't stop. Knowledge. Now is the time. Knowledge. And so it's like, okay, but I'm also working on my throat chakra, so I have to expel and express everything. And as I'm doing that, I now need to physically alchemize this body. And it's actually pretty fun because it feels really, really good to feel strong and fit and healthy and firm, and it's quite loving. So, all right, see you in the workout.